The sharp crack of breaking glass cut through the music and chatter, turning a few heads before fading back into the hum of the gala. My hand still trembled as shards of the champagne flute scattered across the marble floor, catching the chandelier light like tiny stars. But I wasn't shaking because of the glass. It was because of her. Elena stood across the room, laughter spilling from her lips, her hand resting too easily on Marcus's arm, her business partner, her supposed friend. I knew that look in her eyes, the same one she used to give me when we first met, full of warmth and secret promises. The hall was a blur of light and noise. The rich scent of perfume and champagne hung heavy, mingling with my unease. Tonight was supposed to be Elena's victory, the launch of the company we'd built together. I'd invested everything into her dream, even emptied part of my savings, not for profit, but for her, because I believed we were building a future side by side. But watching her now, leaning close to Marcus, whispering something that made him grin, I felt the floor tilt beneath me. I told myself it was innocent, just business partners celebrating success. I wanted to believe that. God, I wanted to. But the way his fingers brushed her wrist, the way she didn't move away, it lodged in my chest like a splinter I couldn't pull out. "Are you okay, David?" Sarah's voice broke through the noise. Elena's assistant, always calm, always observant. Her eyes flicked toward Elena and Marcus, then back to me. She'd seen it too. "I'm fine," I lied, forcing a smile. "Just dropped my glass." She didn't look convinced. Her lips pressed into a thin line, but she said nothing more. Elena caught my eye from across the room, her expression softening into the kind of smile that once made everything right. I moved toward her, my steps steady even as my pulse thundered in my ears. She turned as I approached, a quick flicker of something, guilt, flashing before her practiced charm returned. "David," she said brightly, "you made it through the crowd." "Wouldn't miss it," I replied, my tone calm, though every word felt like walking a tightrope. Marcus turned, offering his hand. "Big night," I said, shaking it. "You two make quite the team." Elena's laugh came too quickly. "Oh, you know Marcus, always taking credit for everything." Her fingers found mine, but her touch felt wrong. Rehearsed. She led me toward a group of investors, her voice smooth and confident, every gesture perfectly choreographed. Yet every time she looked back toward Marcus, the warmth in her eyes burned through me. As the evening dragged on, I smiled when I was supposed to, nodded when people spoke, but I wasn't really there. I was trapped inside a loop of late nights, hidden messages, and locked laptops. I'd ignored the signs for months, convinced that doubting her meant betraying the love we'd built. But love built on lies always collapses. When Elena slipped away to the balcony, I followed. The cool air hit me like a slap. She turned when she heard me. Her expression was tired but composed. "We need to talk," I said. She sighed, trying to sound patient. "David, can this wait? It's an important night." "No," I said sharply. "I saw you with Marcus. I've seen the way you look at him. Just tell me the truth. Are you sleeping with him?" Her face didn't crumble or break like I expected. She just stared at me, lips parting slightly, before letting out a laugh, hollow, brittle. "You're being paranoid," she said. "He's my partner. We're working. Stop lying." My voice cracked, louder than I meant. I deserved the truth. For a moment, silence stretched between us. The city lights glimmered behind her, like a cruel backdrop to a scene I never wanted to live. Finally, she looked away and whispered, "It wasn't supposed to happen. It was a mistake." The words slammed into me. A mistake. Just like that. "How long?" I asked, but she didn't answer. I stared at her, the woman I thought I'd spend forever with, and something inside me broke cleanly. "You know," I said quietly, "I had something to tell you tonight. Something important." She frowned. "What are you talking about?" "I'm not just David." My voice was low now, trembling with something between fury and heartbreak. "My full name is David Warrington. My family owns Warrington Enterprises. I've kept it quiet because I want to build something real, something that wasn't about money or power. I wanted us to be real." Her eyes widened, her breath catching in her throat. "David, I cut her off. But you've already made your choice, haven't you? She reached for me, tears forming, but I stepped back. The skyline blurred through my vision, lights turning into streaks of color as I fought to keep my composure. I was going to give you everything, I said softly, but I guess you already took what you wanted. Her voice cracked. Please, it didn't mean anything. I shook my head. That's the problem. Elena, it meant everything to me. Then I turned and walked away, leaving her standing there, framed by the city she'd want to conquer. By the time I reached the street, the night air felt cleaner, lighter. I didn't feel victorious, just free. I'd spent 6 years building a life around her, and now it was gone. But maybe that was what I needed. A blank page, the truth stripped bare. The sound of my footsteps echoed down the sidewalk, fading into the city's hum. And for the first time in years, I didn't look back.